community park and dog park in Richland. Details on the construction that begins next week.
And folks, we have a wet day. Actually, yesterday was a wet day. We're going to be drying up today. Let me get you ready for your Friday and your weekend coming right up. And good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. So we're seeing a little bit of traffic right now in Pasco on the highway, and we're looking at a nicer day today, but we do have changes on the way as well into next week. So we're going to see mostly sunny skies, a real difference from yesterday with especially in the mid-Columbia and the Blues with all of that shower activity. Not as much shower activity, if at all, for the Kittitas County area. So mostly sunny today and 72. Look how closely grouped together we are again as our weather is kind of settling down right in those mid to lower 70s. Over in the mid-Columbia, we're right in those mid to lower 70s. And in the Blue Mountain region, well, Boardman are almost cool spot at 67, Athena at 65. We're in the upper 60s to lower 70s, mostly cloudy skies. But still, folks, a pretty darn nice Friday, just chilly is ahead.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
And I'm Jason Valentine. Again, welcome to the weekend. We had some technical issues early, but we're back now, and we're going to be with you through 7 a.m. until Good Morning America. So thank you for sticking with us. And Jill, I've been enjoying the cooler temperatures. It helps me sleep at night.
I know. I was surprised to see a little fog on my way into work as well this morning.
A little fog, and you might need to not defrost your car, but get rid of the extra wetness in there. It is quite humid. Let's take a look outside, and we are looking again very nice today, much nicer than yesterday and Wednesday. Good start to your weekend, though. We do have a little bit of fog in our areas. We do have more shower activity, but it is to the east. We expect Spokane to get hit today. Our areas, though, are going to be staying dry. There's a little chance of just a little bit breaking through into the Blue Mountain region this morning. It would be very quick, but we expect more sunshine today than really anything else. Highs pretty consistent to what we saw yesterday for Yakima. We're right in those mid 70s. For the Tri-Cities area, we are warmer, lower 70s today, partly cloudy skies. A little bit more cloud coverage, especially the longer we go in our day for Walla Walla, up to 68. So we are improving from their lower 60s yesterday. So we have a lot going on today and into your weekend. So fall begins tonight. We're warming up a bit. Rain returns next week. I'm going to get you ready for all of that that's coming up in my forecast. But for right now, we're going to send you back to Jill.
Thank you, Jason. A major crash involving more than 20 vehicles caused a major backup yesterday on I-84. These images are from the Oregon Department of Transportation. Now, it happened around 12:30 on Interstate 84 in the Pendleton area. Officials say 2 trucks caught fire but have since been put out. However, the accident closed a large stretch of the interstate in both directions, causing hours-long backups. The interstate has since reopened. Continuing coverage now of the situation involving gasoline discovered in the basement sumps of the Marcus Whitman Hotel in Walla Walla. Crews have drilled inspection wells lined with sand, clay, and concrete. They can use them to analyze groundwater samples. This will help show the direction of the groundwater flow and will hopefully help investigators discover the source of the contamination. Officials have removed gas samples from 2 gas station tanks, which will undergo fingerprint analysis. They will compare those samples with samples removed from the 2 buildings to determine if they match in an attempt to identify the source of the gasoline. A contractor working with the EPA installed precautionary booms in Mill Creek. The EPA is monitoring the water but has not detected any evidence of contamination in Walla Walla's waterways. Washington State has a general election coming up November 7th. Ballots go out by mail in less than a month. Secretary of State Steve Hobbs says election security remains a top priority in Washington. The FBI is already investigating a couple of incidents involving suspicious powders being sent to county auditors' offices. He said a few months ago, powdered fentanyl was sent to an elections office in King County. That's not the only incident.
And in Okanogan County, reseeded white powder. Now it was baking soda, but it shut down the operations for 3 days. So it's a new threat that has emerged that now county auditors are going to have to deal with, and it's very unfortunate.
Ballots go out in the mail starting October 18th. To register or update your voting info online or by mail, the deadline is October 30th. The deadline to do that in person is Election Day, November 7th by 8 p.m. A controversial ballot initiative asking voters to decide whether to shut down the Columbia County Library has been ruled unconstitutional. This battle has been going on for months because of concerns about books dealing with gender and sexuality being placed in the child and teen sections of the library. Opponents said the books are sexually explicit and inappropriate for children. A group of people opposed to those books gathered enough signatures to get an initiative to dissolve the Columbia County Rural Library District on the November ballot. But a political action group sued to block the initiative. And this week, the Honorable Julie Carl ruled that the initiative could not be placed on the ballot for a long list of reasons. We have a link to the recording of that court hearing on our website, applevalleyNewsNow.com. Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson says so far the state has gotten back around $42 million of unemployment benefits stolen in the early days of the pandemic by taking that money back from banks. In April of 2020, Washington was one of the first states to discover scammers using stolen information to file fraudulent claims for unemployment benefits. Ferguson's office says they've used Washington's forfeiture laws to go after the banks where those alleged scammers deposited their money. Investigators looked for red flags like bank accounts getting unemployment benefit checks from multiple states or multiple people, and a mismatch between the account holder information and the unemployment checks being deposited. Ferguson's office says with the millions investigators have tracked down and gotten back, only about 1% of the benefits paid out were lost to fraud. Washington is getting a big funding boost from the Federal Railway Association to improve efficiency on the Palouse River and Coulee City Railroad, which is crucial for transporting wheat. WashDOT is getting almost $73 million for upgrades to make it so PCC can handle heavier and faster rail cars in more extreme weather conditions. They'll also be working on rebuilding rundown roadway crossings. That money is coming from the bipartisan infrastructure law President Biden signed last year. While from trains to planes, the Port of Benton has announced plans to buy the former Richland Airport Terminal building. The Community Aviation Revitalization Board has approved a $1.1 million low-interest loan to execute this plan. Officials say buying the former terminal will add about 12,000 square feet of leasable space, part of a bigger plan to fuel the Richland Airport's growth.
This will be the corporate face of the Richland Airport. As the Tri-Cities continues to grow, Tri-Cities Airport's going to grow, the Richland Airport's going to grow with it, and this will be a strategic building to help us with that growth.
The building located on Terminal Drive was built in 1977 and was the commercial airport terminal for many years. Important information for those who use the Badger Mountain Community Park and Dog Park. According to the City of Richland, a large portion of the community park's upper parking lot adjacent to the dog park will close next week. Beginning Monday, September 25th, that will allow workers to develop and pave the parking areas. The city says it expects the work to wrap up by December. Designated parking areas for the dog park may change. The city says dog park users should plan to use the entrance near Yoke's grocery store because the upper section of the dog park will close during the work. We have a couple of road projects that will impact drivers in Yakima. First, the city says the 16 block of Nob Hill Boulevard will close overnight next week from 7 at night until 6 in the morning next Monday through Thursday. The resurfacing project began in late June and it's expected to last through the middle of next month. Second, traffic will go down to one lane in each direction on 24th Avenue at Racket Lane for construction work. It takes place 6 in the morning until 4 next Monday and Tuesday. Now, an update on a story we brought you earlier this week. We have pictures from WashDOT that show the damage to an asphalt truck. Tuesday, someone stole it from a WashDOT shed in Washtukna and led law enforcement officers on a pursuit that ended with the vehicle in flames on I-90 near Ritzville. WashDOT says the truck has arrived at its mechanic headquarters. While part of the truck is severely damaged, WashDOT says the back portion can be used again. The Washington State Patrol earlier said the suspect, a West Richland man, has been arrested following the chase. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
You've made it to the weekend, everyone, and a much nicer day, but our first appearance in quite some time of some fog this morning for places. I'll get you ready for your Friday as we enter fall tonight and your weekend as well. That's coming right up.
Plus, assisting an aging generation, the local event that aimed to inform seniors about services that can benefit their lives.
Let a Mattress Depot USA sleep specialist put you on the mattress that matches your sleeping habits.
Stop by today. You'll sleep better tonight.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
Here at the clinic, we stay up to date on the latest research and we offer cutting-edge therapies. We treat a number of different conditions, specifically Parkinson's disease, stroke recovery, traumatic brain injury, fibromyalgia, diabetes. We also treat folks dealing with cognitive decline due to aging.
We all have dreams and ideas about how life is going to be, and then life happens, and it's not necessarily what we pictured. So how do we deal with that? I've lived with multiple sclerosis for years. It's realizing that it's all one system. How do you reset your goals so that you can live a happy, healthy life even with chronic illness? And I can attest, yes, you can. My life is incredibly happy.
We first start by improving oxygen utilization in the cells because healthy cells are well oxygenated. We then work towards improving areas of the brain that are inefficient, and for this we use a number of different modalities. We offer oxygen contrast therapy, hyperbaric oxygen therapy, transcranial photobiomodulation, and our latest addition, brain high-intensity interval training.
We also build a schedule for the patient that makes it easy to adapt their game plan to their lives and the therapies they do inside the clinic. To get started, call 509-783-5465 and schedule an appointment with a client advocate today.
We're Washington Broadband, Yakima's original internet company. With over 250 square miles of fixed wireless, 60 miles of cable, 20 miles of fiber to the home, we are serious internet. Throughout the year, our crews are building fiber and cable to homes and businesses in the upper Yakima Valley. We've never raised our prices in 28 years. With 7-day-a-week support, we're also a phone company. Go to WABroadband.com to find us. We're Yakima's hometown source to the world.
At Mattress Depot USA, we realize your top priority is to get a quality mattress at a great price.
And it never hurts to do business with someone local.
Low prices every day. Mattress Depot USA.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Time right now is 6:08. Welcome back. Washington's population is aging. According to new data, the number of people age 65 and older has increased over the years, while age 5 and under has declined. A local event aims to help those entering their golden years find important services. Apple Valley News Now's Anna Trejo reports.
To address the needs of seniors living in their own homes, there are several initiatives and programs in place, including local events provided by many sponsors.
So the reason that we're all here is for the seniors. We get to be a part of their lives, be a resource, so it means so much to come here, have information available for those who need it that might not be ready to come to a community or make that phone call. It's just easily available.
That's why events like All Senior Community Picnic are important in our community. This event was created to provide information about assisted living homes, insurance, benefits, Medicare plans, and other resources.
Forward to this event every year for our seniors. There's lots of different booths and activities where they can come, meet us, ask questions.
While educating the senior community, they also get to enjoy different vendors that provide games and fun activities for the seniors. This year, the theme for this picnic was Aloha. Many seniors got to enjoy live performances, raffles, and food.
Giveaways, free lunch provided by Meals on Wheels, so it's a great way to get the community together, have a little fun.
This event also creates opportunities for seniors to connect with their peers and engage in social activities.
Yes, it's been fun. Yeah. Oh. It's always fun when Ellen's there.
It's always fun. So many tents to visit.
Yeah. It's a lot bigger than I expected.
Now, if you missed the senior picnic yesterday, Active for Life has more events coming up through the fall and winter. You can call 509-713-9495 to get in touch with them. Check this out. Washington Fish and Wildlife shared this video on social media. It shows an elk playing with a box. According to the Post, a state fish and wildlife worker shot this video while hunting elk. This elk came back 3 times to play with the target, which is the box he keeps running his antlers against. Fish and Wildlife says the hunter did not get an elk this day. By the way, mid-September marks the time when the annual rut gets underway. Coming up, fall may be just around the corner, but you can still enjoy a taste of the fair. The Central Washington State Fair kicks off today, and we have a preview of the tasty treats you'll find there. And Jason Valentine will return with a look at your First Alert weather forecast.
Where's the most mouth-watering pizza and best salad bar in town? Well, Hubby's Pizza, of course. And with a lunch special starting as low as $10.49 for a 2-topping Pee-wee pizza and a medium drink, why go anywhere else? Delicious, mouth-watering food with only the freshest ingredients. It's lunchtime and I'm going to Hubby's Pizza, a hometown favorite for nearly 45 years.
Why did you choose Sunset Gardens?
I had Skip's urn at home for 2 years. In my mind, when Skip passed and I had him cremated, that urn was always going to be at home. But what I realized is that there was no closure. So in placing him and giving him that honor, I know that his spirit is now soaring where it should be, and mine is soaring where it should be.
See what makes Sunset Gardens the perfect choice for your loved ones.
In this economy, we're all feeling the impact of inflation. And as interest rates continue to rise, getting a vehicle loan can sometimes be a challenge. That's why now is a great time to lease a new Ford. Lease a new 2023 F-150 for $399 a month for 36 months with $56.49 due at signing. Security deposit waived by Ford Credit. Offer expires 10/2. These deals won't last long, so come visit Corwin Ford Tri-Cities today. A documentary service fee in an amount up to $200 may be added to the sale price or the capitalized cost.
Shelby's Floral, your homegrown neighbor with worldwide connections for over 45 years. Shelby's, more than just a flower shop, specializing in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, home decor, and all things fall. We're unique and we're here for all of life's occasions. Shelby's Floral at the corner of Clearwater and Edison in Kennewick. Stop by today and let our experienced designers help you with all of your floral needs. Shelby's Floral.
Saturday, primetime Deion Sanders brings his Colorado Buffaloes to Autzen Stadium to face Oregon in the final Pac-12 opener for both teams. The Buffaloes battle the Ducks, Saturday starting at 12:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next Live, Dancing with the Stars host Alfonso Ribeiro.
Dancing with the Stars is back.
Plus Project Runway winner Bishmi Cromartie.
Yes! Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Portions of Apple Valley News Now, sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday morning, everyone. We've made it to the weekend, seeing a little bit of light out there, and we're going to be looking at a pretty darn nice day. We're staying chilly, but we do have a nice day in store, though. We're dealing with just a slight bit of fog, and you're going to probably have to dehumidify your car if it has been parked outside. There is wetness throughout our area. So look at these current temperatures. We're in the mid to lower to upper 40s, even 50 in Prosser. Hermiston, Yakima, you're around 10 degrees from the freezing point. So chilly conditions out there. Please bundle up as you're heading out the door. We are going to see a bit warmer temperatures for the mid-Columbia. We're staying about the same for Yakima, a little bit warmer as well for the Blues. So this is for the Tri-Cities, and look at these temperatures that we've got coming. Lower to mid 70s to upper 60s, below our average, and we're continuing a very chilly middle to latter part of September after pretty warm for the latter part of August and into September. So we are seeing chilly conditions throughout the West Coast. This low pressure system, which brought in that shower activity yesterday, continues to churn in cool temperatures from up north. So pretty much from San Francisco up north, even to almost Las Vegas, we're looking quite chilly throughout the west. Now, a closer look at our areas. We're seeing a little bit of cloud coverage coming in, but we're going to see mostly sunny skies until it looks like our latter part of our afternoon. But some shower activity. This could break through into the Blue Mountain region. We'll keep an eye on that. It'd be very quick, though, if it comes. So speaking of which, let's take a look at our future cast, and just a little bit of precipitation again could just drip in, but besides that, we're looking good till we get to Saturday late, and we're just going to see maybe a little bit of scattered showers as we get to the evening hours, and then a little bit more sustained as we get to overnight into Sunday. That'll move along pretty quickly, but again, we could just see a little bit of shower activity here and there on your very early Sunday into your latter part of Sunday. So the Blue Mountain region, and again, if you're driving through to Boise, you're going to look at quite a bit of fog throughout that area. So we're looking at a 1/4 of a mile of visibility through the Blues. So be very careful. Tri-Cities is starting to see a little bit of fog action as well. The rest of our areas looking good. So just keep an eye out. Could see a little bit of fog. And again, give yourself a little extra time to dry off the windows in your car. So if there's going to be fog, there's going to be extremely light winds, and that's what we're seeing right now. Look at these nominal winds. So, folks, not much wind to speak of, but it is going to pick up into our next work week. We're going to be looking at 10 to 15 mile per hour, maybe 10 to 20 mile per hour winds Tuesday and Wednesday, and we do expect shower activity to return then as well. Hey, we got another Cougar game to talk about, and they're going to be playing the Oregon State Beavers, 2 ranked teams. They're going to be in Pullman tomorrow, mid-50s, so get ready for much cooler temperatures. That's about 20 degrees off of the conditions for last week's game. What a difference a week makes. So today we are looking at those highs, lower 70s throughout the Yakima Valley, Ellensburg region, lower 70s as well for most of the mid-Columbia, a little cooler in Connell, and upper 60s for Walla Walla and Pendleton. Believe it or not, that's 10 degrees warmer than Pendleton was just yesterday. 7-day forecast, lower 70s for Yakima through Saturday, then upper 60s starting Sunday into our next work week. And look at all of those showers on the way Monday through Thursday. Good chance of it. So that's very good, though, with our drought conditions. That'll help out after a very dry summer. Could see some more fog tomorrow for your Saturday in the Tri-Cities, and then off and on showers. A little less chance of showers next week. Looks best on Wednesday and Monday. For your Friday, though, a little fog this morning. Keep an eye out for that, especially if you're traveling over the Blues towards Idaho. Other than that, looking very nice, mostly sunny skies, just a little bit off our average temperatures for this time of year.
Well, the Central Washington State Fair kicks off today at State Fair Park in Yakima, and we've got a sneak peek at what's to eat. There are fair food favorites like cotton candy, corn dogs, curly fries, elephant ears, and funnel cakes, plus some adventurous options like deep-fried Oreos, pickle pizza, and walking tacos. But fair officials say the biggest new thing on the menu is the Krispy Kreme burgers.
A 1/3 of a pound burger sandwiched with cheese, sandwiched between 2 Krispy Kreme donuts. Sweet, savory, it is delish.
The Central Washington State Fair kicks off at noon today, and there is free parking and admission, and admission is only $3 if you come before 4. Well, today also marks the start of the annual Great Prosser Balloon Rally. This is the 33rd annual Hot Air Balloon Festival taking place in Prosser skies. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live from Wine Country as they get ready to take to the sky.
Good morning, Jill, and good morning, everybody. We're here live in Prosser at the Great Prosser Balloon Rally. I'm joined by Morgan Everett. He's the chairman of the event. So, Morgan, how many balloons are we going to be seeing in the sky this morning?
Today we'll see 18, and then over the weekend we'll see 21 balloons here.
Awesome. And coming up in, I think, about 45 minutes, what are people going to be seeing throughout the sky?
So, hopefully, weather permitting, we'll have 18 balloons take off. They'll float all over Prosser, touch down wherever the wind blows them. Hopefully some of them can land on the Yakima River splash and dash, float for a little bit, and then take off and everything.
Gotcha. How long has this been around in our community for?
This is the 34th annual Great Prosser Balloon Rally. We have 3 morning sunrise launches, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's all free. And then we have a night glow event at the Prosser Football Stadium Saturday night. That's free as well.
Awesome. And so what does it mean to be weather permitting?
Well, we need no rain, and then we need a little bit of wind. Very little, very little. Not a lot. Enough so they move, but not too much at the different heights. So once they get up 1,000 feet, it can't be slow on the ground and fast in the air.
Gotcha. How's it looking so far?
It's looking okay. Today, hopefully we'll be able to go up, and Saturday's looking really good. It changes so much, it's hard to tell. That's why we call it right before we post on our Facebook if we're going to launch or not.
Gotcha. And so it's still pretty early this morning in Prosser, but if you are here and you might want to take a look outside in your skies, hopefully we'll see some beautiful, beautiful balloons. Coming up later on Good Morning Northwest, we're going to be talking to a pilot who's going to be taking me up in the air. We're going to have beautiful sights tonight on Apple Valley News Now, so catch those as well. But for now, Jill, I'll send it back to you. Live in Prosser with Good Morning Northwest, I'm Riley Fitzgerald.
Thank you so much, Riley. We look forward to hearing back from you. And when we return on Good Morning Northwest, a local school finds itself in the national spotlight.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport only at your local Ford dealer.
For real? Missing kickoff? Not on my watch. Ultima's fuel efficient VC turbo engine hustles like an MVP. Game on.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Get a low $329 per month lease on Altima or get 0% financing for 36 months on the Altima SRVC Turbo.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease, and my doctors in Spokane strongly encouraged me to change careers. It's just amazing. Just recently I had a need for a walker. Right there it was. If I need any supplies, they're there for me. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain.
Get a great deal on a Bronco Sport only at your local Ford dealer.
Smoke City for Less. We are open 7 days a week with now 5 locations.
Welcome back. ESD 105 is on a mission to improve literacy skills for all children in the Yakima Valley, one book at a time. They're 2 years into an innovative approaches to literacy grant of nearly $4 million designed to stretch over 5 years. So far, they've given away more than 72,000 books to local kids and teens at book fairs and parades and through book vending machines and little free libraries. This Sunday, they'll be handing out free books at the downtown Yakima Farmers Market.
When we are able to get high quality, diverse books that reflect the kids and the families that we have in the region, kids are able to see themselves and their families reflected, and they're able to see that this is what I can do.
If you can't make it to the Farmers Market, they'll also be at the Central Washington State Fair, located at the STEM building at State Fair Park. The U.S. Secretary of Education has recognized Apple Valley Elementary in the West Valley School District as a 2023 National Blue Ribbon School. The award is given to schools that show academic excellence and the ability to help students at all levels achieve it. Apple Valley was one of only 2 schools in Washington state to receive the award. The principal says it's due to the hard work of staff, students, and their families, and is especially meaningful coming back from issues students have been struggling with since the pandemic.
Children didn't talk, they weren't engaged with others, and so we really spent 2 years rebuilding communication, rebuilding opportunities for them to play, opportunities for them to problem solve. And so now we're seeing that on the other end.
Out of the more than 9,000 schools to receive the award since 1982, only 4 of them have been from Yakima County. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, major new developments at the southern border, officials sending troops to help handle the situation.
Get ready, Tri-Cities. We're going back to the Jurassic era. Welcome to Quake, the epicenter of family fun. Quake's facilities features a state-of-the-art trampoline park, tactical laser tag arena, ninja warrior course, video game arcade, virtual reality stations, golf simulators, and much more. There's nothing like it in southeastern Washington. Quake, the epicenter of family fun. Located in Kennewick off I-82 and Weiser Parkway.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
My name is Lauren Martin. I started to work out at Hanford in 1982, and for 20 years I worked with the fleet, repairing cranes, locomotives, cars, ambulances, fire trucks, everything. After 20 years, then I came down with a disease, and my doctors in Spokane strongly encouraged me to change careers. It's just amazing. Just recently I had a need for a walker. Right there it was. If I need any supplies, they're there for me. All I have to do is pick up the phone and it's there.
So we'll definitely evaluate their past employment. As a registered nurse myself, I'll look through their medical records and I'll look to see maybe what medical conditions they have, and we'll be very upfront with them, honest about whether they do have a claim that could warrant benefits or not.
Okay, thanks for visiting. Bye, Alice.
I'm stuck.
Not funny anymore.
Yes, it is.
Wait, guys, the Mesozoic times are boring and have 0 rad attractions. Triple play is fun. I want to stay here.
Of course you can stay.
Oh, fantastic. We won't regret this.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, like bowling, Raptor Reef Indoor Water Park, and a brand new zip line ride, all attached to a cozy hotel.
She's on the logo already.
Marketers are the worst.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at GoKubota.com.
Cut your ties to the fuel pump with an electric vehicle from Overturf Kia, your EV headquarters. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Save over $5,500 on a new 2023 all-electric EV6 Wind with all-wheel drive. Now just $48,999. Or get 2.49% interest for up to 72 months. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra.
Officials are sending troops to help handle the situation at the southern border. Plus, the Labor Department reports unemployment claims are below economists' expectations.
And drier conditions today with cool temperatures still throughout our areas as we head to fall tonight. I'll get you prepared for the weekend, my first alert weather forecast.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Jill Sperling.
I'm Jason Valentine. Oh,
Yes, Jason.
We're at the weekend.
We are.
Oh, my goodness. We're so happy about that. Good morning, Jill.
Good morning, Jason.
And I love the cooler temperatures.
Too. It's so nice.
And I'm sorry to be this guy, but I do like the sun going down earlier and earlier.
Oh.
It helps us early sleepers
Good for you, yeah.
to get to sleep. Other than that, I understand it. It's like, no,
you're
don't
losing
go.
the daylight.
Don't go. All right, quick look outside, and we are getting that light. And we do have some visibility issues. We actually have some fog in the area. It's only dangerous between the Blue Mountain region if you're headed towards Boise or over the mountains there. So that's really the only place we're looking at dangerous fog. But we are seeing also some, you may need to dehumidify your cars as you're heading out, may need a little extra time. There's most likely going to be wetness if you are parked outside. So we are looking at a little bit of cloud coverage coming in, but it should be not so bad, and just shower activity to the east, but that is not going to come into our areas, it looks like. We're going to be right where we were yesterday, plenty of sunshine for Yakima, light winds, highs around 73, so mid to lower 70s for most of our cities. Tri-Cities warmer by about 10 degrees today, still about 8 or so degrees below our average. Partly cloudy skies, and in Walla Walla we're at 68, so a little warmer than yesterday. So as we head into fall tonight, we're looking very fall-like for your first weekend of autumn. Again, begins tonight, warming up just a bit. Rain returns next week, could even return as soon as Saturday late into Sunday morning. I'll get into all of that in my first alert forecast, but for right now, let's send it back to Jill.
With thousands of migrants crossing the border into the U.S., resources are being stretched. Ivan Rodriguez reports on troops being deployed to aid with the surge.
A state of emergency is declared by the mayor in Eagle Pass, Texas, as the surge of migrants crossing the border continues. Also, in response to the surge, the Defense Department is deploying more than 800 new active duty personnel to the U.S.-Mexico border. Around 2,700 migrants crossed into the U.S. near Eagle Pass on Tuesday, while another 3,000 migrants crossed on Wednesday. Many migrants trekking a dangerous path.
What we consider to be a humanitarian crisis is what the people endure on the journey to the border in the hands of smugglers. We see so much trauma, so much tragedy.
Some people are drowning. Some people are dying in some of those ranches. If we find bodies or bones, whatever, so why take a risk? Why make those people come like this?
The Biden administration is providing humanitarian relief for Venezuelans by issuing more work permits.
We can't spike the ball, but we appreciate that 15,000 migrant asylum seekers are now something that we can look towards moving out of our care.
In the meantime, U.S. Customs and Border Protection is temporarily suspending traffic at the Texas border crossing to help the U.S. Border Patrol take migrants into custody.
It's something very strange. Never thought I was going to see something like that in Eagle Pass.
Ivan Rodriguez, Apple Valley News Now.
A drop in unemployment benefits last week as they hit their lowest level since January. According to the Labor Department, it received 201,000 initial unemployment insurance claims. That's down 20,000 claims from 221,000 the week prior. It's also below economists' expectations. Weekly unemployment claims remain below historical and pre-pandemic averages. 8 days and counting. That's how long Republican and Democratic lawmakers have to prevent the government from going broke. And with tensions brewing within the GOP, the chances of coming to terms on a plan seem to be dwindling. John Lawrence reports.
If Washington, D.C.'s effort to prevent a government shutdown is compared to a football game, it's the fourth quarter and both teams are getting tackled before reaching the end zone.
This is something that House Republicans know very well, that they have to do their jobs. They're the ones to fix this problem.
Long story short, a group of conservative Republicans are demanding major spending cuts, and without them, they won't make a deal.
Elections have consequences, and my folks back home are saying, quit spending this much money.
Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer on Thursday made a procedural move that will allow the Senate to work on a short-term funding bill next week.
We must work in a bipartisan fashion to keep our government open, avoid a shutdown, and avoid inflicting unnecessary pain on the American people. This action will give the Senate the option to do just that.
And it appears some Republicans in D.C. will support actions like this, including Congressman Mike Lawler, who tweeted, quote, "Failure is not an option."
I am not going to be party to a shutdown. It does not serve a purpose. By the way, you save no money. You're going to end up costing the American people more money with the shutdown. So it's really illogical.
In the meantime, everything is up in the air, like a Hail Mary pass in football. I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Republican Rep. Bob Good of Virginia told CNN that he and some members of the GOP will hold House Speaker Kevin McCarthy accountable if he makes a shutdown preventing deal with the Democratic Party. Also on Capitol Hill, the Senate has begun individually confirming military promotions, starting with some of the top leadership in the Department of Defense. Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville has blocked normal military confirmation votes since February because he opposes the military's policies on abortion care. There are hundreds of military promotions that need to be approved. So far, the Senate has approved 3, voting to approve Air Force General C.Q. Brown as the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Randy George as the Army Chief of Staff, and General Eric Smith as the new Commandant of the Marine Corps. Jason Valentine returns now with a look at your morning weather forecast.
Well, we're taking a look out at Toppenish. I said there was some fog, definitely some fog in the Toppenish area. We're also seeing it near the Tri-Cities and into the Blue Mountain region. Folks, I'll get you ready for a nicer day, though, ahead to start your weekend and start fall tonight. That's coming right up.
Plus, what to expect about fall travel deals. Why this year autumn travel could feel a little different.
Fruits, veggies, and fly the Northwest. Tuesday on Apple Valley News Now at 6.
Get 2.9% APR for 36 months on most 2024 Cadillac models. Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
It's not every day that you can experience award-winning limited production wines selected by industry notables, plus receive advanced news regarding upcoming releases and events. Delight in the convenience of having wines delivered to your door as a member of the Coyote Canyon Wine Club.
Sundown M Ranch promotes patient-centered integrated care that focuses on the mind, body, and spirit. At Sundown M Ranch, the patient is the reason we are here. We take pride in our reputation of assisting individuals and family members through a difficult process with compassion, respect, and confidentiality.
Sundown M Ranch saved my life.
Last month, I celebrated 31 years of sobriety.
Sundown M Ranch. Today is the first day of the rest of your life.
For over 600 different premium cigars, including every cigar rated 95 and higher in the last decade. It's The Educated Cigar. For 115 different fine pipe tobaccos and 55 different Briarwood pipes from England, Germany, and Italy. It's The Educated Cigar. For 95 and higher rated wines and White Bluff IPAs, it's The Educated Cigar in Richland.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Children's, the most amazing care anywhere.
These dancing stars are ready to turn it up.
It's a new spin on Dancing with the Stars.
Live Tuesday.
Saturday. Primetime Deion Sanders brings his Colorado Buffaloes to Autzen Stadium to face Oregon in the final Pac-12 opener for both teams. The Buffaloes battle the Ducks, Saturday starting at 12:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Finding out I was the first Golden Bachelor was the hottest news ever.
Jason, will it be hot around here?
Well, Jill, it's looking like heavy heat here Thursday night.
Yep, even better than that.
The Golden Bachelor premieres Thursday night at 8 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back. Hitting the road this autumn might look a little different than in years past. While airfare has dropped like it typically does this time of year, there are major concerns hanging over this fall travel season. Mike Valerio explains.
Fall is here, and with it usually comes ideal travel conditions. Flights and gas are typically cheaper and airports less crowded.
September and October marks a time when most students go back to school. Folks head back to regular work schedules after a more flexible summer.
This year, however, could look very different. Gas prices reached record highs this week, and the national average remains above $3.85, according to AAA. The good news, according to an expert from the travel app Hopper, autumn airfares are 9% less expensive than last year and 10% cheaper than in 2019.
This is in part due to higher capacity on the airline side and the opening of international demand this summer.
But that higher capacity could hit a snag. Contract negotiations continue with flight attendants at 4 major airlines as they inch closer to potential strikes. The looming government shutdown could also cause major travel headaches. TSA officers would have to work without pay, threatening delays across the country. It would also halt training on new air traffic controllers at a time when they're already struggling with staff shortages.
A government shutdown would stop us in our tracks. It would stop training at just the moment when we're finally trending positive again.
In Los Angeles, I'm Mike Valerio.
Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, our Riley Fitzgerald joins us again from Prosser as she prepares to take to the sky in a hot air balloon. And Jason will have your first alert weather forecast. That's coming up.
Summer is about going places. No matter where you're going, we have the perfect RV to fit your family. So go ahead, go adventure seeking, go record breaking, go bucket list achieving, go sunshine soaking, go quality time spending, go good time having and memory making, and go with the confidence of knowing that everything you need is with you the whole time. Summertime may be flying by fast, but good old family fun is always here to stay. Broadmoor RV, we make camping fun.
I'm Jan Baldwin, and I built this. And I built this. We get all our building materials from Par. They've been part of our success for 3 generations.
Par, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
Exciting news. US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone 15 Pro with a stunning titanium design and the best iPhone camera yet. The thing that I love...
Beautiful. Now let's cue the music. Green screen and action.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Come on, man. It's titanium.
US Cellular has the amazing new iPhone.
Cut. Love it.
That felt good.
New and current customers can get the titanium iPhone 15 Pro on us. US Cellular, built for us.
Smoke City for Less is your one-stop shop in Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and Hermiston. Every location is conveniently located, and now Smoke City for Less Hermiston has relocated to North 1st Street by AutoZone. An easy turnoff, $3.95 and you are there. For the lowest prices and largest selection of vape mods, the best batteries, tobacco products, Kratom, and specialty products too. Open 7 days a week, 5 locations, Kennewick, Richland, Pasco, West Richland, and the new location in Hermiston, off $3.95. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Honey, that was my brother. Can we bring him dinner tomorrow? He's been having a hard time since his accident.
Of course. I know it's been tough. There's so many costs that his insurance doesn't even cover.
I know. The ramp to his front door, transportation, meal preparation. What if something happens to one of us?
We should plan to sit down soon. We can look through the long-term care benefits that we're earning with WA Cares.
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
Give yourself that new car feeling with a detail from ProClean Auto Detail Systems. Details start at just $125 and we'll make your car look and feel like new. Gift certificates are available. Forget the rest and come to the best. ProClean Auto Detail Systems.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days, or get $3,500 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a TurboMax engine. See your community Chevy dealers.
Operation Best Friend on Good Morning Northwest, sponsored by Windermere Group 1.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Jason Valentine.
Good Friday morning, everyone. And well, I guess fall felt like it needed to enter as we're entering fall tonight. A little bit of a wild morning. This is our look at Toppenish right now, just outside of Legends Casino. Heavy fog there. We have some heavy fog also deep in the Blue Mountains and a little bit in the Tri-Cities as well. So a little bit of fog coming into our area for the first time in quite a while, probably since March, maybe April. So we're looking at our temperatures right now and we are chilly. I'll get to our fog map here in a second. We're in the 40s across the board, from 49 in Prosser down to 43, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, and Yakima. Please grab a coat as you're heading out the door. It is chilly, though we are going to be a little warmer for the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region. Now, those areas were a little bit chillier yesterday with those shower activity. And again, that low pressure system that moved to the south was bringing in some air from the north, and that's going to continue today as we're going to be staying chilly throughout our areas. So here's that low pressure system, and we're going to continue to see that churn into our areas. It's not bringing any shower activity, but it's definitely bringing in that cooler air from up north. So the entirety of the west, pretty much all the way from Las Vegas up to our areas, is chilly today. So we're not alone. So taking a look at our radar, we're seeing a little bit of cloud coverage coming in, but we're going to see much more clearer skies than we have unless you are hampered by that fog. That's going to take a while to burn off. And we do have some shower activity to the east of our areas, but that's going to pretty much be staying at bay over there. Let's take a look at our futurecast. We do expect to see showers next week, but good chance of seeing some late Saturday into Sunday morning. Maybe a blip or two Saturday morning, but as we get to Saturday night, we have some shower activity in the vicinity, getting a little bit heavier as we get to very early on Sunday. That'll move along pretty quickly, but again, off and on showers, very possible, but better chance of showers are coming up. So as you saw at Toppenish, we don't have it on the board, but it is looking less than a mile visibility in the Toppenish area. Okay, though, in nearby Yakima, 1 mile of visibility, so 10% visibility in the Tri-Cities. And if you're heading over to Boise through the Blue Mountain region or over to southern Oregon through that route, it is going to be very foggy through there. So be very careful. All right, we do expect it to burn off though as we move along in our morning. But with fog, you can expect light winds, and that's what we have. We are going to see winds though pick up as we especially get to next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, around 10 to 20 mile per hour winds there. And we do expect some shower activity, especially in the Yakima Valley. So do keep an eye out for that. Hey, it's our football forecast. The Cougs, it is a top 25 matchup with the Beavers of Oregon State. Kickoff is at 4 o'clock, and look at the difference. It's about a 20-degree difference from last week's game to this week's game. So then again, that game did kick off at 2 p.m., but still, you get my point. Much cooler than average temperatures. So looking at those lower 70s throughout the Yakima Valley, we have much closer grouped together temperatures today with those storm systems out. Lower 70s, upper 60s for the lovely Mid-Columbia area, and in the Blues, right in those upper 60s. So keep an eye out for those cooler temperatures as we head into our next work week. Again, foggy this morning, and then cooler temperatures, upper 60s to mid 60s Sunday into our next work week. Good chance of showers there. Tri-Cities area, 72 today. Could see fog return tomorrow morning. Give yourself a little extra time, though. There's most likely going to be precipitation in your car itself if you were parked outside. So big changes this morning as we head into fall tonight. Just get ready for a bit of a warmer temperatures for today and your weekend coming up.
Well, today marks the start of the annual Great Prosser Balloon Rally. This is the 34th annual Hot Air Balloon Festival taking place in Prosser's skies. Apple Valley News Now's Riley Fitzgerald joins us live from Wine Country as they get ready to take to the sky.
Good morning, Jill, and good morning, everyone. We're here live in Prosser this morning for the Great Prosser Balloon Rally. The pilots are still in their pilot briefing this morning, so I was going to be joined by pilot Sherry White, but she's still in that very, very important meeting where they talk about the weather and the winds and all of those very important things. We're going to take a look behind me. There's a lot of spectators here this morning. Everyone's very, very excited to see these balloons go up in the air. We see a balloon basket over there. Ironically, Sherry's son, who Sherry I'm going up in the sky with this morning, her son Derek White is also a hot air balloon pilot, who is the same one who took me up in a hot air balloon just a couple months ago for the Walla Walla Balloon Stampede. And when I put my jacket on this morning, I realized, you know, I haven't put this jacket on in a while because we've had a very, very warm summer. But earlier this summer at the Walla Walla Balloon Stampede, I realized that I had this in my pocket. And this is the description of her son Derek's hot air balloon. And I thought that was so funny. I haven't worn this jacket in a while. Later tonight on Apple Valley News Now, we're going to be seeing all the sights from the sky, if weather permitting, that will go up. So if you catch it tonight, it'll be beautiful, beautiful sights. I highly recommend watching that tonight. But live in Prosser, I'll send it back to Jill.
Thank you so much, Riley. We will be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast. But first, a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an ABC News exclusive.
Tell me about her. Tell me the side that we can't see.
The author who wrote a children's book about grief after her husband died, charged with his murder. Now, Corey Richins' brother speaking to GMA.
Do you stand up for your sister because you think that she's innocent, or because you've known this person your whole life?
It is my sister. Eric was my brother-in-law. When I got the news that Eric had died, I broke down into tears. He was like a brother to me. So I don't have anything bad to say about Eric. He was a good guy. I mean, he lived life to the extreme and, you know, eventually got him. But it's my sister. I knew Eric. She didn't do this.
And we'll have more of our exclusive interview coming up at 7 a.m. and the letter found in Corey's cell. With your GMA First Look, I'm Matt Gutman, ABC News, San Francisco.
Kayaking is my thing.
Running is awesome.
But her moderate to severe eczema would make her skin so uncomfortable.
I was always so itchy, especially when I was hot.
Now my skin doesn't itch as much.
Now we're staying ahead of her eczema.
There's a power inside all of us to live our passion, and Dupixent works on the inside to help heal your skin from within. It helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema, so they can have clearer skin and less itch. Serious allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Tell your doctor about new or worsening eye problems, such as eye pain or vision changes, including blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines without talking to your doctor.
Healing from within is a wonderful thing.
Ask your child's eczema specialist how Dupixent can help heal their skin from within.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:52. We're going to get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. A major crash involving more than 20 vehicles caused a major backup yesterday on I-84. These images are from the Oregon Department of Transportation. It happened around 12:30 on Interstate 84 in the Pendleton area. Officials say 2 trucks caught fire but have since been put out. However, the accident closed a large stretch of the interstate in both directions, causing hours-long backups. The interstate has since reopened. Continuing coverage of the situation involving gasoline discovered in the basement sumps of the Marcus Whitman Hotel in Walla Walla. Crews have drilled inspection wells lined with sand, clay, and concrete. They can use them to analyze groundwater samples. This will help show the direction of the groundwater flow and will hopefully help investigators discover the source of the contamination. The EPA has not detected any evidence of contamination in Walla Walla's waterways. A controversial ballot initiative asking voters to decide whether to shut down the Columbia County Library has been ruled unconstitutional. This battle has been going on for months because of concerns about books dealing with gender and sexuality being placed in the child and teen sections of the library. A group of people opposed to those books gathered enough signatures to get an initiative to dissolve the Columbia County Rural Library District on the November ballot. But a political action group sued to block the initiative, and this week the Honorable Julie Carl ruled that the initiative could not be placed on the ballot for a long list of reasons. Washington Attorney General Bob Ferguson says so far the state has gotten back around $42 million of unemployment benefits stolen in the early days of the pandemic by taking that money back from banks. In April of 2020, Washington was one of the first states to discover scammers using stolen information to file fraudulent claims for unemployment benefits. Ferguson's office says they've used Washington's forfeiture laws to go after the banks where those alleged scammers deposited their money. Investigators looked for red flags like bank accounts getting unemployment benefit checks from multiple states or multiple people, and a mismatch between the account holder information and the unemployment checks being deposited. Ferguson's office says with the millions investigators have tracked down and gotten back, only about 1% of the benefits paid out were lost to fraud. Washington is getting a big funding boost from the Federal Railway Association to improve efficiency on the Palouse River and Coulee City Railroad, which is crucial for transporting wheat. WashDOT is getting almost $73 million for upgrades to make it so PCC can handle heavier and faster rail cars in more extreme weather conditions. They'll also be working on rebuilding rundown roadway crossings. That money is coming from the bipartisan infrastructure law President Biden signed last year. And important information today for those who use the Badger Mountain Community Park and Dog Park. According to the City of Richland, a large portion of the community park's upper parking lot adjacent to the dog park will close next week, beginning Monday, September 25th. That will allow workers to develop and pave the parking areas. The city says it expects the work to wrap up by December. The city says dog park users should plan to use the entrance near Yoke's grocery store because the upper section of the dog park will close during the work.
Good Friday morning, everyone. Welcome to the weekend. We're seeing the fog break up a bit in Toppenish. First time we've been dealing with fog for some time, and we have it in some of our areas, so be aware of that. We're staying very chilly. That low pressure system that brought in showers yesterday to the Mid-Columbia and the Blue Mountain region, it is right now kind of right in the southern Idaho area, and it's continuing to churn in cool temperatures from up north. So almost the entirety of the west is well off averages, and our areas will be about around 10 degrees off of our average for this time of year. So wind speeds are very light. We expect that when we have fog in the area. We do expect winds to be light pretty much for your weekend. They'll pick up in our next work week. So here's visibility. In areas for the Tri-Cities, we have 1 mile of visibility. So keep an eye out. There might be pockets. It might be just fine, and then you run into a pocket. We have a 50% visibility in Prosser. If you're headed over into Boise or over through the Blue Mountains, you do expect heavy fog in that region. So as we move along into our day today, our last day of summer as fall hits tonight. Lower 70s. We're warmer than we were yesterday for most of our cities, especially the Mid-Columbia and the Blues. Lower 70s, upper 60s for the Mid-Columbia. Over in the lovely Blue Mountain region, we're in those upper 60s. Quickly, let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. And folks, we cool down into our next work week. A little bit of shower activity expected Saturday late into Sunday morning and then next week. So wetness coming to Yakima, Tri-Cities area. Not as cool and not as wet, but still, folks, we are below our average. Could see fog popping up again tomorrow morning. Keep an eye out for that. But a warmer weekend is on the way. Jill.
Thanks for joining us. Your local news is back tonight at 5.